Hey guys, welcome to a brand new play-by-play video. Today we are playing some Mulan. I do have one Mulan video on my channel, but honestly I was in these queues. They banned Osiris, they banned Amaterasu. We're trying to do some late night climbing, and you know what, I figured, hey, this is a good character to play. And I ended up playing it in some scrimmages tonight. I played on a pickup against one of the Creator Cup teams, played Mulan, went really well, so kind of just was in the mood to play her again. So we're going to be going Redstone, Rune Forged, probably a Gladiator Shield, Stone of Binding, Pridwin, and an Oni Hunter's Garb. Maybe not in that exact order, but those are the items. We're laning against a Master's Board of Vamana, so should be exciting. Honestly, I hate Vamana, so you know we're here to dominate and do what we can in against a character that's really aggravating to play against. Just super annoying. His lanes are sneaky strong. But if there is a character that might just be able to shut that down, I'd say Mulan is definitely one of those picks. Chalk, you know, also could be okay. Bologna not bad. Cyrus definitely good, but banned. So, you know, we're gonna take our hand in with this and see how it feels. In terms of what I want to get at level 2, I'm going to just get my second ability. I could get my my pull, but we're not going for that this game. We'll look for a 6-hit 1 here and just kind of focus on clearing. We have really good auto attacks for clear. Not really good for fight, as you'll see that his autos do a considerable bit more damage than mine. Also, he has Warrior's Axe. I have Bluestone. That means I'm going to have better clear but worse fight because I have a little bit more on the offensive end, but definitely a lot less on the defensive end. So we'll keep that in mind. So we're going to do this totem to start, and maybe he just gets this. He does just get it. Never mind. Yeah, again, a very evasive pick we're against. That's pretty annoying to go against. But we'll do our absolute best anyways. Got a little bit of lane pressure here. Again, it doesn't really mean too much. We just have to kind of focus on clearing, leveling our abilities up a little bit. And once we have, you know, our heal on our second ability and a little bit more just on all of our abilities, we'll be able to really kind of have a lot of prominence. We see our Lance in mid, the Robin in right. Means we're good to play up right here. We'll just keep kind of focusing on clearing. Now that we have a clear advantage, I'm going to take this opportunity to try to just burst this down. We do also have a Horn Shard, just in case we need to use it for fighting and stuff like that. He walked over, didn't end up getting it. We're able to just do plenty of damage here. Poke him out some, and again, Robin is on right, so we are totally fine here. I'm going to pop my Horn Shard to kind of just impress, walk up here a little bit. A little bit out of range, unfortunately. That's alright, though. Get another 2 off. We're about to have our heal increase for our second ability, and yeah, you know, we're just kind of playing it pretty slow but methodically, making sure we're prioritizing clear, getting that advantage, and then getting over to these side camps, which we can promptly do afterwards. Now at this point, we don't really know where the jungler is, so I have to be a little bit careful, but I think with how low this Vamana is, we should be okay to push this wave and get a nice and easy reset for our first reset, which of course is going to be tier 2 Blackthorn, excuse me, tier 2 Runeforged, same thing at the moment, and then a Chalice, so we can do our blue first as well, and be feeling pretty great about that back. Again, I think I have pretty good kill potential. You know, the thing with like Vamana always is just like you just kind of have to poke him and not get like 100 to 0 when he ults you and all that stuff. Mulan's a really strong laning character, just pretty risky, you know, but she generally does just like kind of win lane, so she's great for pressure. Kind of got a bit unlucky on that thing right there, on that wave, but that's okay. You know, we have to factor in that the Vamana does lower our attack speed with his third ability, but as long as like he kind of does trades like how he just did, we can kind of just force out his ult, run away, come back to fight him when his ult runs out, and he's just in a lot of trouble. So yeah, definitely not the best character in the world, as long as you kind of space from him and, you know, you can deal with his damage that way. We're going to, again, slow clear this. He's low right now. We want to kind of keep him in a spot where he's not feeling super good. He kind of wants to just leave, but, you know, it's not the most convenient to do it. And in a farming perspective, we're up like 300 gold, nearly 350, and we're up third of a level. Again, nothing too crazy, but it's definitely useful, and we can just kind of take this time to mount some lane pressure and not actually do anything right now. Instead, just kind of walk at him, get a 3 on him, auto him twice, or auto 2 then. And yeah, again, are we clearing? Not really. We're just kind of you know, hitting him when we have an opportunity to. And do this camp here and walk back over to lane. And he'll end up pushing the wave and stuff, but I just really want to prolong those moments where he doesn't feel strong, because if we can continue to take advantage of that, should be good. Now we're going to try to set a little bit of a freeze here. These minions obviously won't be freezing, but maybe the archers at least will. I can look for a pull on him, a little bit off the mark, unfortunately. And yeah, I mean, listen, it's just worth a shot. Again, if we can keep him in a weak spot for a long period of time, it's ultimately a really good thing. He'll probably get this totem here, but he lost like 4 minions for it, so I'm not going to say it's worth necessarily, but it's definitely not too bad. Just get a little pull here for some poke. Get an auto 2 off. A lot more damage there. To be a little bit mindful, because, yeah, obviously his ult's coming up, but also I thought Robin would maybe gank me. It was a little far. I'm going to look for a pull when he comes back down. This guy's just going to help him, so we'll just pull him. And yeah, I mean, the point is we're prolonging this awful feeling. And he's just going to miss these minions. And yeah, that's the goal. So we're just super freezing, mounting this tension, and all of a sudden Vamana is more and more and more behind. I'm going to tell my jungler just to do the blue, because I want to continue to stay here for this freeze pressure. And you know, that's that. Why am I sweating? YouTube video, duh. We'll just continue to hold here. Keep making him lose stuff. We'll pick up the scepter now. It is kind of going to break my freeze a little bit, but I want to actually push this wave here because I want to be in time for... Not be in time, but I want to get this silver camp clearly. So if I like wasn't really worried about like needing to play back a bit, I could just continue to freeze that, but he'll be on the way soon, so he won't be losing too much. And or he wouldn't have lost too much more, but most importantly, I just wanted to make sure I could clear the path, pick up the silver, go get my blue, and be able to just chill out for a tiny bit of time as I'm a bit weaker. You know, if I continue to freeze, obviously, we can run into some complications. He's running at my blue, it's not up, I'll just push the wave, and I can pick up my blue afterwards. That's totally fun. If I can get poke on him, it's never bad. Just because I'm going to reset in a second, but I also have to be mindful of, like, playing for poke on him could just get me killed because he does have Frostbound, so I'll be a little careful of that. We're going to go to a Breastplate, not a Glad Shield. I want to get a little bit more cooldown. Normally if I have a Blackthorn, I go Glad Shield, but I'm going Runeforge, so I'll get a Breastplate. And we get some prots here really easily, which is always a wonderful look. Secure that with our 2. Get a lot of damage on him, and you see with this Runeforge, we really start to pop right now on that damage potential. Get the 2 off on him right there. He doesn't end up dying, but I mean, shit, it looks close. So go back right to freezing. It's not a perfect freeze, but should make him lose a little bit of farm. And again, most importantly, just creating that tension. I'm going to call missing left. He is TPing back now. He has no ultimate. So if we can get a good combo on him and lances around as he's starting to leave. Nonetheless, if we can get a good combo on him, it is big time for us. Seems like we're not going to have anything at the moment because I missed. So that's okay. We're still just fishing for it. So if we can create it like this, I mean, yeah, as you can see, it's doing a lot. His blue's coming up right now. I can walk over to it. That hesitation might have costed me. I'm still going to try and see if I can get there in time. It comes up very, very soon. If he went back to lane to fake me, that was like such a go call. But I don't think he did. Is it just not spawning? Maybe he did fake me. Wow. Is this shit just not spawning? Oh, wow, he actually... I'm sorry about that. This guy is actually just rotating across the map. Did he get anything? He got an assist. Huh. That's a really weird rotation because he misses the whole wave and his blue. So I'm not going to say it's worth it. It's definitely like a desperation rotation that at least gave him something. So I guess it's not that bad, but very, very strange. So I'm not going to really complain though. I would have just like hard pushed if I knew he was like all the way over there. But again, we really had no way to tell. Push that up. We'll go get this silver camp. We'll do the totem after. And then we can probably look for our own blue. I'm always like inviting the opportunity for my lance to just clear my camps, because if I can create tension here and keep that tension rather than go back to my blue buff, it's usually going to feel better for me. And it's also like my jungler just gets the solo farm that way. And I'm really happy with that because I want him to get ahead too. So yeah, I'm literally just going to like leave that available for him to do. Not to mention, most junglers are greedy anyway, so they wouldn't hold for me as is. Go do this Bastion here. His backs are coming up. I don't actually think that I'm going to walk to them, but maybe the jungler will. I can freeze right here. If Vamana goes to those backs, he's just stealing it from his jungler, which he could do. It's definitely possible. And if we see him in mid, which I'm thinking now he will. Yeah, we just saw him actually switch to the backs. He's going to go mid right now. I'm going to push this. He didn't go mid. Wow. We saw the color change. That's how we know he did them. But he didn't actually rotate for that. I'm surprised. Okay, nonetheless, it's still good. I mean, he's stealing farm from his jungler just to, like, try to catch up in a lane he's behind in, which is obviously not a good situation and a good thing to be doing. Get a bit of a freeze here, get some more damage off, we'll back up. Totem's coming up again, and yeah, I mean, this rotation and just cycling of camps, we haven't really gotten kills or anything, but we're up 1100 gold. And that's kind of just the value of these contestable neutrals and just farming safe. We really haven't gotten like a lot of blue invades either. It's just kind of, you know, a cycle of what's in our control. And the big benefit about playing away like this and not, you know, just playing for blue invades and, you know, really trying to force the issue on those is maybe your reward potential is a little bit higher, but I'm not incurring any risk. There's not really been a time this game where Robin could just come over and like kill me, right? And I'm not actually going Archers. That's the tier one I always remember. It puts a really difficult spot for the jungler this game, who kind of, I think, feels stuck on terms of like what actual decision should he make for this game, because there isn't really a good one. He can't really gank left to alleviate pressure. I mean, he could, but that's not going to net a kill, so it's not that great. It'd maybe be to get camps, but I'm still going to make it difficult, and ultimately I think it'd feel pretty lackluster. He doesn't even get his immunity off because he just gets canceled through. We're going to ult him. Lance is going to ult him. I do no damage in this ult. But Hades is here too, and this guy should be dead in a second. Got my 2 off, and it is a kill. We're going to reset right now. And yeah, I mean, that was the jungler there, so unless Raijin comes to me in the next 3 seconds, yeah, we're good to go. We're going into Archruids first, just because, you know, when it comes to like going Onis, which is going to be your magical defense item we go, it's a great item, but I'm not seeing magical damage on me just yet. So there's no point of me not going a kind of cheat physical defense, magical defense item that still gives me good prots and can give me a little bit more help against the Vamana, against the towers, and against the Raven, obviously. It just kind of like furthers that unkillable sense that we have. And I mean, most importantly, you know, we're able to push an advantage we already have. Here we're going to just get this totem. And this guy walks up, I want to poke him here. If he walks up, you know, he's got a very tanky build here, which, you know, obviously is going to help him survive, but I'm thinking that the player damage that he's going to be able to put out won't be nearly as high, which is obviously a great look. You know, generally Vamanas want to be on the offensive end, at least a little bit if they can. I more so mean like with Berserker Shield, because, you know, Fizz prots are great on the character, but, you know, we'll see. We're going to go for a proxy right here, just as he is. You know, I could like go run around and try to follow him. That's kind of a fruitless endeavor and not really one that I'm even going to bother to do. If we rotate at the same time, my impact is way, way higher than his. And, you know, our lead is kind of spread a little bit to the team, who've also just, you know, done good on their own. But we have a 1,500 gold lead right now. So he's doing our backs, we're doing theirs. Again, I see my Lance pushed up in mid, so I feel super safe to proxy. Mulan isn't the safest proxy character in the world, I'll be the first one to say that, but when we have people who are basically walking words for us in these instances, you know, we're much, much safer to kind of do as we please. I'm going to walk over to left and use this teleporter to go over to duo. Most likely, looks like actually the fight's kind of over, so I'm just going to play for his blue. We'll try to get some poke on this guy right now. Just be a little mean. Again, I have to be mindful, like I am easy to kill, not by him specifically, but like if he brings people over to this, because he does have Frostbound. I can actually rotate mid maybe. Nah, I'll let it be. We'll try to steal this. And look, he's just going to play for lane because he knows like realistically he does not secure us. He's going to go to silver here. I might be able to contest this. He's not even going for silver. Never mind. So sometimes people will just like push the wave there and go to silver, and that is a good play to make. I'm going to come help him. And yeah, I mean, this lance is under no threat right now. We'll look for a pull on this Robin. Actually, we can look for a pull on this guy. Want to make sure we just get him before he even gets his ult off. Really, and yeah, it's just a bad time for him. Lance went on the Raijin. I didn't. I'll come over, though, to him. He ends up dying anyways. That's a little bit unlucky. Maybe he's just out. That was a great silence. He is, dude. Poor guy. That is so unlucky. We can do this as well. Man, I mean, it's just like a really stable flow. It's great to have like great players. Definitely makes Smite an easy game, doesn't it? Looking at their backline this game, they've got an Uller Raijin. Sometimes you will see like specific items that you would go for certain, you know, characters. Like if they have double ADC, you slap a Midgard in, something like that. They don't really have that this game. You know, Spirit Robe like is nice in Uller for sure, but it just doesn't really fit the scope of this build specifically. So, you know, you could go it, but typically I think you just go Onis, you go Binding, you'll be alright. I really do want to say, by the way, as a quick side, the streams and especially YouTube, because that's what I've been doing way more, has been going so incredibly. It seems like we had like a little second rebirth almost on that Gilgamesh video and going on to the Herc video, which I'll be honest with the Herc video, it wasn't my favorite video to record. I wasn't the proudest of it. I literally recorded like 7 Herc videos and they were just so frustrating. Not even because I like the character a lot, but it was just the quality of the games. People were rage quitting, surrendering, all that stuff. A couple of them I did good in, and like we lost, and I just kind of was like annoyed. So I didn't want to post a match like that, but yeah, nonetheless, I really do appreciate it, and I'm really glad people enjoyed that video because it means a lot. So thank you. We'll go into a upgraded teleport here. We can teleport to this ward, and we'll go into a tier 2 Pridwin. Gives us some cooldown. We could go Onis here as well, but Fizz defense might just be king as we're nearing their tier 2. We should just back up here. Man, it is hot in my room. I apologize. I'm moving a fan to me. I hope that's not blowing in the thing. It shouldn't be. I'll just play to peel this guy out. Again, we dove really deep. Not me, but the team, and I got to watch, so that was fun. Again, I'm going to make sure this guy just gets out. We just continue to pull him off of our Charon, and they'll do a little bit of damage to me, but nothing too important. Can get a 2 on this Mulan, and eventually, or excuse me, this Emojin. Eventually, we will kill her. Got a couple body blocks, and others too. She is just dead. I'm going to come over to this Ishtar, who's definitely dealing with Vamana sometime soon, as he actually decides to dive. What is going on over here? We would have saved him. Oh. Okay. I don't know. We're going to just go mid and pretend that didn't happen. It is all good. I think the Uller was low and he was going for solo. Obviously silly, but it happens. We're going to go over left side, blues up. We can just kind of do that, keep farming, and yeah. I think he did DC because I noticed he was on a wall. Good job by him. I could have just held my 2 and we would have gotten it. It's all good though. But yeah, like I said, I don't really think there's a dedicated defense item like for Spirit or something we should go. The value of a build like this is that shared prot wise it's pretty good with redstone, you know, giving percentage increases with binding and Pridwin and stuff like that, and Oni's giving mitigations. We go Onis on this character and not Cloak because we don't really have the range to consistently get Cloak stacks, I feel like, on the magicals and stuff, which, you know, becomes the problem later on in the game. So it's just not super consistent to be able to build. It's more so a Wukong item, more so a, you know, a Nike item, Achilles, stuff like that, because we're able to actually... I don't think that's a worth trade for him. Now, obviously he gets that, but, like, at what cost? I don't know, seems a bit silly to me. But yeah, obviously, like, you know, those characters, they can stack Cloak more because they have better range. Nike, I got a pull, I got an ult, but it's not like I can snipe people from far away like I can with like Osiris or something like that. We blinked, we CP'd over here just to look for something. Nothing's gonna end up happening. Let's just call Vom no ult. And if we can see this Uller, great. If not, looks like we're just gonna do Beacon and have a time with it. I can come to help this guy while he just does that. It's not a terrible idea to just like blink ult. Got his Aegis here. He's pretty low on mana. It's a great stun. What a goat. Juked us. Alright, we just run. It's all good. We got an Aegis out of it. I mean, it's not a bad play. Blink for our Aegis is definitely worth it. So I'm going to reset, go get Pridwin here, get some wards, and head over to left side. Almost at level 20. Definitely do want to get redstone right away. So we definitely won't finish our Onis even if we have enough gold, because again, 1500 is kind of being put away in the bank, so to speak, for that starter. And I think in this game specifically, again, how often have I gotten hit by this Raijin? I don't even think once this game. You know what I mean? So, you know, can you even go a binding, or excuse me, a Pridwin after a binding? More often than not, probably. It just kind of depends how realistically the mage is going to be hitting you, how you're going to be playing the game, who your targets are going to be. You obviously want to get magical defense no matter what, but it's less important when this guy is going to be a big problem, so we need to run. Because this Frostbound is no joke. Okay, thankfully he kind of left us alone. But yeah, generally, like, look, we really haven't dealt with the damage, and we're definitely going to soon, but for the time being, we're still okay. Got this guy's delayed a little bit. This fight looks kind of bad. We kind of just super dove. I'm going to at least just steal red here, so at least we get something. Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate. Definitely a little too deep. We just need to, like, hone it back in a little bit. Kind of group. Oh, that is sad stuff. I'm kind of just committing for this now, because I feel a little bit stuck to. No way, my dash doesn't catch him. That's alright. Yeah, we got baited super hard. Not by the Karen, just all of them. All good, though. Get a redstone once we TP back, and should be okay. I guess they could do fire, but they were kind of low. I hope not. Yeah, they're not going to. You know, redstone also gives us a little bit of anti-auto attack, which is great for this Vamana. I kind of forgot the fact that they have an auto attack solo, but I don't really think I should go Midgard, because like Ullr's like a fake hunter, and you know, Vamana's not really going to be hitting us in like team fights and stuff, so it's not super relevant. I could actually go like Erosion, and maybe I should have went that instead of Stone of Binding this game, just because the context of this match specifically with shielding from Yemo, Raven, and Vamana. I don't know, I might honestly do that. Like, I might sell... Whoops. I might sell Binding late for that. We'll see. Because that actually kind of seems like a pretty sick idea that I sort of just forgot about was a thing. You know, Erosion's not really built by solo laners, or anybody, to be totally honest. Okay, we get the clean kill, and Fire Giant territory looks kind of probable. You know, we have our ADC here. He's not level 20, which typically you want him to be, but with that pick, I feel like this looks good. You know, the Ullr's on right as well. We just need to kind of group for it. And it should be good. So, in terms of people I zone, it's really whoever I can easily access. If it's the Raven, great. Like, Raijin's probably the highest priority target, but I might not be able to actually reach him super realistically. So it's just whoever I can reach. We're kind of doing a zone on the Raven right now, and that's the one who's closest to me, so we're just going to go for him. And yeah, is Raijin going to be able to get into this fight? Yes, but I'm hoping that with this guy kind of out of it, you know, maybe it'll be okay. Raijin actually just goes to peel. I get the ults off here, got the Pridwin shield and that damage, and they are just super dead. I've got TP in 5 seconds. I can just reset though, just like he is. Hopefully this guy doesn't get right Phoenix in time, but he might. And actually TP up top. Good luck, layers. Yeah, he does hold it. Again, usually an ADC can't actually get that off of that. It's a little too close, or a little too difficult. Got the TP, just cut off the access point, and super simple kill. It was a great heads up play by the Lance-to-back. I honestly was like, I can just wait for my TP. That was definitely not the right call. If I insta-backed, I would have been able to reach it. But if the Lance hadn't back, we would have probably lost that, because he could have tanked in the tower or the Phoenix for a little bit. You know, most likely. He did more damage to it than I thought he would, so I'll give him credit, but do end up getting it in time. More often than not, that's not even close. So I was, again, pretty surprised. Get a mid Phoenix here. We have fire on 5, but we are low as a team, so not really low as a team, just the Karen's low. But again, that's totally like a valid, enough reason to just kind of back up here and start looking for a pyro slash beacon. Just getting up out. I'm gonna play a little bit like kind of peely and just hover and see if anybody might need help. It's also, in a sense, an opportunity for us to get a pick if they overstep. We see Raijin kind of hovering. Again, I'm not looking for like a 1v1 super hard dive here, but if something does come to our attention for free like this, you best believe we're at least going to try something. Got our ults off on him. He's really low. That's his ult down. Look how low he is, and that is the freest kill you will ever see. Awesome stuff. Again, there's nothing we lose for that. If we're lazy backing, quote unquote, we have teleport up, so it's like we'll just TP to someone's word that they place, and we're right in the fray of things again. Now this is a little ambitious, but I think it can work, so I'm not gonna hate. He actually walked in my fire blink, but the 3 was off the mark. He did beads anyways. I'm gonna just call for them to ward left, and I'll TP back. Okay, we might have gone a little too active. I'll come over. I didn't back, so that's at least good. And oh, that was way off the mark. Okay, we're gonna go for this Uller here. I can't really peel the Vamana, so yeah, somehow this fight actually ends up going well. Isn't that criminal? Gonna pull this guy back a bit. He does have dash, but we can kind of just follow him. I do have ult. Just sidestep that. Gonna look for the knock-up on the Vamana. Not sure if that helps enough to set up. Almost, dude. Super close. We can go right. I'm on my way. This whole time this guy's just splitting, so it's going majorly well for us. I do have a pull. Again, Raijin's always a great target if we can get him. I'm going to kind of break off from the team because of that. And we'll just see if we can get him. That got blinked off the mark, but he might just be dead. Aegis Force. We'll go back to the Vamana who doesn't have ultimate, and he should just probably die. Again, just so much damage. Like, using your pull, ever since Mulan pull got buffed, it's been good. They're kind of chasing for fun, so we'll just back up out of here. We did get 2 Phoenixes. It's still plenty good. I'm going to make sure this Karen doesn't die, and I'm just going to kind of stay near him. They're coming up again. I feel like we kind of can fight this. Not kind of, definitely can fight this, so I just kind of have to peel my Ishtar out. Pull him now, he's just sort of dead. Again, keep playing to peel out our guys if we're not just diving. If that damage amount they're doing is getting slowed down, it's probably just a bad time for them. Get our ults off here, and that is just game. Super, super clean, good. Lairs dropped a nuke. We had a good lane. We were able to kind of, use our value as well, and yeah, it was just a really solid, I think, team match. I'm quick to say it's dominance, destruction, all that stuff in the title, but it's a team game. And when you have people who are following up, you have people who are making independent plays and stuff, and everyone's on the same page, things work out really well. So wonderful stuff. We'll take a quick look at the damage numbers, see where we're faring, and all that stuff. 29,626 gold per minute. Did a good amount of freezing that game. 36k mitigated, which just shows like we really didn't even get hit a lot that game. Every time we fought, we kind of just cast, and it was pretty easy work. So definitely have to be happy with that. And yeah, let's put on a clinic. That doesn't hurt. So thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate it. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below. I will see you sometime soon. Peace.